Healthy oil makes for a healthy engine, but it's not always obvious when your engine is a little under the weather. Luckily, symptoms of some engine problems are often visible in the condition of the oil. Here is a rundown of the problems your engine may have if you discover these symptoms during your next oil check. 1. Frothy oil. A good quality engine oil should not foam up because of the anti-foaming additives that are mixed with the product. There could be several reasons why your oil has foamed up. If your oil is bubbly or foamy but not discolored, then you may have overfilled the sump. The oil is essentially being churned and aerated by the crank and can cause a lot of damage very quickly. If the foam is lighter in color, this could be down to water or coolant contamination. If this is the case, then there is a chance you may have a leaking gasket head or a crack in the engine block. Solution: if you think you may have overfilled with engine oil, make sure you drain it off and refill the tank. If you see evidence of light-colored foam, see a professional mechanic as soon as you can. 2. Gritty or dirty oil. If you find lots of dark flecks of grit in your oil, it's definitely time to change it. This is most likely to be flakes of carbon, which will build up naturally in the oil over time. They might not look like much, but when they are flowing through your engine at speed, they have highly abrasive properties, which could ultimately lead to engine failure. Luckily, your oil filter is there to catch a lot of this carbon buildup, but if you see a high concentration of it, then it could be a sign that your oil filter needs changing along with your new oil. Otherwise, a blockage might occur. Solution: if you find lots of dark flecks of grit in your oil, it's definitely time to change. 3. Cloudy oil. Motor oil becomes cloudy or looks like a milky cup of coffee when it is contaminated by water or coolant. This could be a sign that you have a leaking gasket head, which will cause coolant to leak into your engine. If the gasket is leaking, then you may also see beads of moisture on your dipstick. It could also be a sign that the engine is not getting up to operating temperature and being allowed to maintain it for long enough, which causes condensation from the combustion process to build up in the sump. If too much moisture is present in your engine oil, then it will not be lubricating the components effectively. If coolant is present in the oil, then, as well as failing to lubricate properly, organic acids can form which will corrode the metal components. Solution: an oil change is recommended if the oil is cloudy. If you suspect a gasket head leak, seek a professional mechanic's advice as soon as possible. 4. Jelly-like consistency. If the oil on your dipstick is overly thick or has a jelly-like consistency, then your engine may be developing sludge. The causes of sludge are varied, but as oil oxidizes and begins to break down, it can form a gelatinous substance, which we identify as sludge. Mineral oils tend to be more susceptible to sludge, and certain engine models have been found to be more prone to its development, but it seems ultimately that poor maintenance is a big contributor factor. Solution: draining oil which has become sludgy can be quite tricky if it clings to the sump. If you suspect sludge buildup, it is recommended that you seek advice from a professional mechanic.